Are you curious about various things? Maybe I'm a deity in a mortal seeming form of a so called false religion amidst humans. And it's like, if you took the if you took the global population and you froze time, okay, while the global population continued to exist, okay, and con- and continued in a sort of a sideline time, a side timeline, all right, that didn't truly progress in a context of time, not actually. And they all were sort of frozen in place and could communicate with each other. And it was sort of like a nightmare, all right, about what each individual would experience. Okay, and they all had their own different contextual experiences. And it's like it's perhaps it's sort of like a terrible nightmare, all right, where they continued to remember and realize while they were talking with people and various other people were talking with them amidst various different countries or amidst various different governments. They all continued to realize that America was the most atrocious detriment to the global population. A bunch of Gaians as well realized that they were really terribly guilty throughout history. Really terribly guilty. Ironic as well. Really ironic as well. Asians that were a crime to Nirvana, and amidst the consideration of their complacency about the crimes and injustices that America committed. Hindi that were atrociously sort of stumbling and wrong about their own theology and their articulations about heaven amidst a human population and like these, these problems for an example amidst various different cultures because it's like articulating that in heaven you got a crystal house and they all want crystals, okay? Because the Asians and the Persians actually are some of the greatest people, and the Arabs are like the female will always take you off course. The men are on course and they are walking along, and they take their female with them. Their female will always take them off course, and so they're all as well realizing amidst considerations of cultures, and they're all frozen in time. It's going nowhere. All right? It's all in a static, peaceful context, frozen, though they continue as well. And they're all realizing these various different things, and these Celts and these the Brits and the, the, uh, the French people and the Hispanics, and and they're all looking, and it's like and they all have their different experiences about various different things. So, amidst the consideration of the government officials and the people focused upon politics and legalities and things like that, they all continually are realizing that America has detrimented the global population the most, and why and how. Amidst the consideration of history, was realized again and again and again. Amidst the consideration of history, they wanted freedom of speech and freedom of religion. That's what they articulated. Like, though amidst civil people, what is the point? Like, freedom to comprehend. You're going to tell me that I have a freedom to comprehend? That's a goddamn threat. Of course I have a freedom to comprehend. Of course I have an ability to talk. Amidst American history and people like, and it's frozen in time right now. And they just like, looking at American sociological context, because they're continuing, they're frozen, and America is most atrocious. It's good and it's real terrible. Because they say and they do not. They say things that make sense and they do not understand. Not at all. They show that they have not understanding. Not at all. So they say as if they were the only ones amidst history that wanted to say something that made sense. They wanted to let people talk and make sense. They said nothing. Various different people, their various different contexts, and it's just like a growing nightmare. A nightmare frozen in time and continuing in an eternal moment. And it's one of the peculiar mysteries about time and space. Tragic burden. Freakish. Of a deserved perspective.